Last time when we filmed, it was November, and at that time I was still working on casting the epoxy fills and also finding the right colors for the fills themselves. Now, as you can see, it's finished. You can see some of the larger fills which I placed. In some of the areas, for example, needing smaller kind of support fills, like here and here, I used sheet casting method, which I thought it would be much easier and practical for the smaller fills. Sheet casting method involves just making a sheet of epoxy resin, and then just before it fully cures, cutting into the shape of the desired fragment or the missing area and placing it onto the object so that the fragment can take the shape of that particular area during curing. So now the object is completed. I'm really happy about the fills that I made. They created good support for the large missing areas of the glass. These missing areas were creating problems for the actual object itself, but at the same time, because the edges of the glass is very sharp, they also pose health and safety issues for the people who will be handling them and transporting them, installing them for the exhibitions. And they also aesthetically pleasing. It kind of creates the uniformity on the object, so visitors' eyes will not go into the missing empty areas. I weighed the object and it's around 6 kilos, which apparently suggests that it's one of the most heaviest examples of this type of object. And here you can see a little mini example of this glass urn. I brought this here because I saw it in the museum while I was walking, and I thought, I mean, you can see the similarities. It's actually just a mini version. It's also Roman from the continent, and it used to apparently contain liquid, whereas our glass urn, if you remember, it's a cinerary urn. So it actually used to contain somebody's ashes and bones. So now that the object is completed, I will now contact the curatorial department to come and collect the object and to take it for photography and packing for traveling. Because our object is very heavy, I will talk to the collection managers and suggest them to make a type of mount which would nicely sit around the bottom part of the glass urn so that people could handle and transport it without actually touching the surface of the object. So this is the last video of the conservation treatment on the glass urn, and I hope you enjoyed this video series and also working with me on this beautiful object during the last 9 months.